Bosire, echumbi, amabati, emito, chisimite, esukari, chitangi, amunebinde binge aserigoli, jamubuko. Breakdance nigerale tuasemore, naman pepe sagero, DJ Cash, babum kongwe kigaga, amona banda bange. Erikogole binta sobwanguli tukerio enekia, nkobe kole chipesa chao asesime, ikogwakana Cash erikwango yobokoleri, yakogera, abantu niko barabe abange, kikima, oru supersunige gutuka oru complex, barabale na credit bank, Kisi Town, Asamange, Bakiresimia namba 01111 61500. Você vai ligar o seu email info@ourusuperstores.com. Nintoto nyore sukuku ya mapema. Ouru Superstores Limited, guaranteed quality product at lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani. Etaya TV, Oborabu Wagusi.
Okwaligania Oroboti Rwa Jumatano Chinsa Inye sinchira ereyo boikera nunkomanye ase tonyaraka bato kwaligania Rwa Chiroboti kurwa chinkongo ao. Nchini ngonkoro kwa Eric Bosire toko batera namana Joshua Autam. Emerobelio yobo choli abu ankyo nigo ye kiranira siwodi sata se wodi ya nyamaye kerenya na bagonya nsiongo. Asomorobelio wesemerobelio wakichukura hera ya nyareka wakeko beko bo ikiranune kiombe kiobo choli nechimbebe AEBC. Asikule ejojira chake Chinsa ikominebele chiamambe na kwa Chinsa ikominemo chamogoroba. Asoko barua wechikule chio chiraba se skuru ya nyamaya se wodi ya kerenyo, skuru ya ikonge gal se wodi ya kerenyo, na wigo ase skuru ya menyenye wodi ya nyansiongo asaba nainchi baboli we sokia na kubachora barai abara chikobara sobo choli oboke aschi wodi cho.
Catherine Chepkirui no returning officer we kiombe kiobocholi ne chimbebe ase sub-county ya Nyamira South ase bunge ya West Magirango yora chikora obocholi oboke ase ward ya Nyamaiya.
Since yesterday we were busy packaging the materials, the election materials in readiness for tomorrow's poll, and we already distributed to each polling of the 30 polling stations that are in the ward. All the POs have checked their materials to ensure that they have all that they need for the elections. So we are set for tomorrow's by-election, and we are very hopeful and very confident that all will go well. We have all the logistics put in place, the security that will be in the polling stations as well as the tallying center is also in place. So we are set to go.
Na sensemo yeyomo Deputy County Commissioner we Sub-County ya Nyamira South, Madam Florence Obuga.
As the Sub-County Security Committee, we are set for the Nyamaiya by-elections on the 27th of November 2025. I want to inform Nyamaiya ward residents that we have already deployed adequate security to cover the elections. In terms of deployment, every polling station has been given to security officers. We have also been able to secure the tallying center where we will converge for purposes of the final declaration of votes. I also want to appeal to our candidates that we would not wish to see a crowd at the polling center. We will only allow those who have been accredited by the IEBC at the tallying center. I also want to appeal to members of the public that once you have voted, please go back home. We would not wish to see people idling around the polling stations. So once you have voted, please go back home and engage in your normal business. Otherwise, we are appealing for calm tomorrow, 27th. And we want to urge everybody, all the residents of Nyamaiya, to uphold peace and ensure that we have peaceful by-elections.
Nasensemo yayo returning officer kurwase sub-county ya Nyamira North Ruto Wesley.
All preparations are ready. We are ready to deploy our officers to the field beginning today in a matter of hours to come. We've received all the necessary materials up to and including the ballot papers, which we are going to break the ballot in a few minutes. I have the candidates at the tallying center who have also come ready to witness the exercise. As a ward, we have 29 polling stations with a registered voter population of about 14,000 voters. And our request and what we would urge the public, especially the registered voters, is to turn up in large numbers tomorrow so that they can be able to elect a leader of their choice. But as a commission, what I want to stress is that we respect the voice of the people. We are going to declare results based on the outcome of that election because of the decision that will have been made by the voters. And that we have done a brief to the agents because they are also part of the process to understand what is it exactly that is required of them, so that by the time we make a decision at the end of the day, they will also have been part of the process, and we'll have an outcome that has been owned by everybody. So I don't think I have much to say, but just to urge the public to be peaceful, come to vote as early as 6 in the morning, because that is when the stations will open, and we close our polling station at 5 in the evening. So I want to urge the public that we come out in large numbers and maintain peace before election, during election, and even after the election.
Abaiganna barai kurwase chama ya yupa kurwase county ya Nyamira.
Kurwana rero twakore mikutano mengi yo kubanga amang'ana y'ekikura by election tubwate Nyamira, Ekerenyo, Nyansiongo na Nyamaya wards. Abantu baitu twabekire recruit agents, security itombiere, nande twakorere meeting na party coordinators, party officials, Kenya ngima, party leader, our chairman na SC, na party officials bonds. Toiwananire na togo ogenda ase uchaguzi ekarema.
Nyamaya, Ekerenyo na Nyansiongo na tuitananire government officials twarada mari ganionsi anyalire gwikirana nare kubasaba nga twake chikura no morembe buruburu ende teba ekeromba takreto bubuyo bonene itukoria chume kara tokoboka egera tutoginya sai
twabikiro morembe furugu ende yonsi ekorigi kubangwa in hotel and ons twanyekanire twasabire chikura chebe chyo morembe
Ne Chinsa chokobara chabire chigotigara eri abananchi kurwase chiwodi satase bunge ya North Mogirango ebunge ya Borabu na boige bunge eria ya West Mogirango ase wodi ya Kerenyo wodi ya Nyansiongo na boige wodi ya Nyamaya eri abananchi gwesokia na gochora bara ibabo. Guripoteria eta television kurwase Chinsa mechiga kurwase county ya Nyamira rietariana igonkoro kwa Ogero Peter.
Miroberi yonsi me wadi ya Nyansiongo asigetue kenenegio kubara chikura se skuru ye sekondari ya menyenyani go ye ikiranire osio bocholiyo bokewe litukolia ankyom abakichukura chiri bwikomena isano noyo mona 50 nigo bakagere gwikirana ase bitu 20 na kianda ime wodi yeli komochoro murayobo ase nkwana ya yemo teneli bwekembe kyobo chone chimibe ya ABC Kenneth Okungu nigane kiri abananchi chukura chomolembe no bwasio kwa somorobelio yomogima orachake Chinsa 12 chamambia gwikakomena ya chamagoroba
no mutinyo beire ne chikambeni chintindi kero murwaniriria kuriga chikura asobo cholyo bokemeye wadieye abarwaniriri kianda bakagere go chigwakirwa chikura litukolia nkyo nemerobero yonsi nigo yikiranire unakweresera umuteneneri omonene asigitugyo kubara chikura bwana Kenneth Okungu.
We have been able to break the ballots, that is to open the consignment that came with the ballot papers, and have been able to verify the serial numbers of the ballot papers as indicated in the boxes. We have also verified that we have received 29 booklets of ballot papers for the 29 polling stations that we have in Nasiongo County Assembly Ward.
Bwana Okungu ni gakweresere njira bebankire busi bobochorio boboke bali no kwigene mirobero yonsi ngogenderere boikiranu goikayerira abo ankyo magoroba.
We have had contingency measures including tents, including the vehicles that will safely ferry the materials to the polling stations and back. We have tents that will be able to act as will help in case of rains at the tallying center. And we have confirmed the conditions of the road. They are not they are passable, and even in case of rain, the vehicles will be able to deliver the election materials to the polling stations and the officials and be back at the tallying center safely.
Nomorobilio asaba kikurachiri 15 nemo na 50 bakagire gochigwaka iri ogochoro murayobo bagosemigwa igoro ya machikari abwenerete kubwatigwa chinga kibaikire ase bituwe byo gwaka chikura.
The voters whom we expect to visit the polling stations to cast their vote, you are only expected to come with either an ID or a passport, whichever you use to register. If you use to register using an ID, carry that ID and should be an original ID. You are not allowed to take a picture of how you have voted. So kindly just for the secret of that ballot, vote, cast your vote in the ballot box, and then you will be assisted to exit the polling station seamlessly.
Nasense moyobolendi.
EBC has made enough security arrangements, and we have just been in several meetings with the sub-county security team chaired by the DCC, and we have been assured that there will be enough security, both at the polling station. There will be enough security personnel to ensure that law and order is maintained at the polling station. Equally, there will be adequate security at the tallying center that will ensure law and order is maintained at the tallying center. So we will we expect that the flow of stakeholders into the tallying center will be facilitated, and we will have enough security at the tallying center right from the start of the polling up to the time that we will be able to tally and announce the results, and we conclude the process at the tallying center.
Abananchi bewadi ya Nyansiongo bakwenekerwa chikura cyo mulembe na boigo bwasi ukuchinga kichogo kibara eri komanya omubui.
The IEBC, through the returning officer who is myself and other election officials that are together with us, we are committed to ensure that we deliver credible, transparent and impartial elections for Nyansiongo County Assembly Ward. We'll be able to timely announce and issue and declare the winner. We expect that to happen as soon as polling closes and as soon as the election officials are able to conclude the process at the polling station.
Gingo Reporter TV kuruiga sewadi ya Nyansiongo meyebunga ya Borawe County ya Nyamira Inchem Felix Nyakunde.
Mwemsiwe wodi ya Masi West Jacob Barongo bagaka ni ganyarere ko bagakobori abamenyi b'iki wodi sate iki watobo choli okorobo choli bo mulembe asubiganyarere ko bagakulira yo cyakogendera kwane kyamagendero ase wodi yo.
Kunyewa ka kunyewa kanyara ko tana ara makaki biya mano nachenda ya takam dit korea mandia tarik 27 umoti nyotore abantu banyamira ngo gana bravo chorio boke asakuru kunyamaya asakuru kwe kerenyo na asakuru kunyansion obo chorio bobo ke bora koruga nyamira migo bora bobo chorio aba MCA bali barute birogo batakero chiko bali president ndikubiangia nje muno muri kyo bana bwe kyama kya UPA tugwate abantu bakuburi ekirogo gwetera sekyamekyo na asabira abantu banyamira babaye chikura kurende nandi chikura echo kibe kyo mulembe muko sabira bwe bali yakora abantu barwaka chukura bose binaba gusi mtobasa witana chingoma ekirogo kwa kwa rero mambia kuna jitu kontara rasha manyinga ngoko boko ekirogo mtoma ite serikali nige takete sana Na itu la usiko tatoke kiro kike chemono kerenta maskani asege sakyomu kyomugusi. Mo sawa wa. Ega tolamo tutare guchimotu. Tuwasaba ira banyamira kumwaka chikura buya. Kera nyareka no wanja konya sai. Abantu bari barese icyama cya UPA kiriye go support amane yo mugusi kyabana tiye ko irebro gebyo aga tukanda ko komatu kubatana. Abantu bami to amasike west. Ndini mbanje tabotambe. Mwangete chikura asomo yo murakuru musoransi paka aga gyose. Na bakolere gasi lakini turanyokora. Erinke tigarete pasta overseer. Mtoka yatakonyakora na ndege ni yakonyakora tole. Munabona so mwako to chakabona utakere wiki uchamotu. Ngomenga tora mache iga inani primary gorogaria goro matore gesima kiri goro munechika na gerina ndenya chenge. Kereta mache yakonya bandori bata igete tare gochiri yabo na ya gotipa gochina ni matega. Eremye gosere bolo. Kama iko ruwa rona ende ngabeke gesima kende gari ongonjo ari mate sakuru kumu obo gochi matari. Babe kira babe gesima kende goro mo na gerina chenge na kite goro munaniga. Yakonya banta mache abantu bari ongonjo na bobo gitiri gochi nyabisema ate. Nane kuruwa huwa asana kuruya muchogesa abu ate sokeregia sana etari go kamenge tu ate no nyino murakera nasa betu mheshimiwa gavana Simbarati naraga jaga to 5 million mboga jitore tangi gari roje umuchoge gari roje to akamache asoke kuchigoro agende school ya secondary achinya gitari agende pako jimata ria omotembe usebine mwanjorete bas amara ichinya gitari ingokone bya yosari.
Waziri w'obulendi Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen niga abaenekeri abakenya obulendi obutingwa sobochori obukechinsemo ao borakorekane ankyo okona sensemo ya Kasipul na baigo malava Murkomen niga bwatokege kuro asibalia barobereti goturwani obochori abo ankyo na goteba bunani go barachikemokeri getambokero kelichiko
ekero jitigarete chinsangeigo asobochori obokego korekana sinsemo ao nigo bono igekure getindi kiarurwe Oja sonde bwensi robereti gochikuturwani murobereyo aburitiko liangyo.
All persons who are intending to disrupt peaceful elections in our country. I must assure the people of Kenya that from these by-elections and all the way to the next general elections, the people of Kenya must know that the National Police Service will impartially protect them to ensure that everybody can express their views. And therefore I want to ask women, persons with disabilities, the old, who are fearing that they will not come to vote because they will be attacked by goons, that we have put in place proper security measures.
Ukwana ekera koritaro yae ujasi jinsemo awanene chichiwa tobochori wa biritigo liangyo mwasiri bobolendi bwahime kibujuba Murkomen ingobogo arurege kurege tindigo cyase barayibande bonsi abarobiretigo chikoira abanta sebito awo
There is no responsibility given to any civilian to protect any vote. All civilians, all voters, all Kenyans have a right to vote. Provision of security is the preserve of the National Police Service. And I must warn everyone, all those people who are preparing to bring goons to polling stations and tallying centers, I warn you that you will face the full force of the law.
Ase chinga kijejo na nyaraka okwanira engana yokurusibwa kwa balendi ase egati yabarai.
I know that there has been an outcry out there by some leaders that their security details have been withdrawn. The official position by the National Police Service is that those officers have been called to provide information, National Police Service, as to how they found themselves in the midst of goons and planning of violence and so forth. If it is they are found culpable, the appropriate disciplinary action will be taken against those officers. If they are innocent, of course, they will go back to work. But what we are trying to protect them from also is the possibility of mixing up with goons with machetes and ends up finding themselves in crossfire with police officers.
Boigoni ganyarire gakuburia bakenya gwesokia bwangyo asukuchiko bachora abarai asobojorio boke abarachiko bakonya ase egeka kirebosyo.
We wish you well, we wish everybody well, success to all the candidates, and success to IEBC. I know there is a new IEBC team. We wish them the very best as they also work very hard to prove themselves in these elections. We don't want to let anybody down. Everybody must do their part. Those of us who are in the security sector must do our part. The voters must turn out, come out and vote. Exercise your right. We want to see huge turnouts around the country. That is the joy of democracy, and that's the joy of a working country.
Ekiombe kyobochoria management IEBC nigo kiabegete rituko riangio chitariki 22 motinyo yo eria abakenya banyare bagwesokera gochigwakera abarai abao anene asomoroberi bobochoria boke uyumagethano by election ase chinsemo abao moroberi buno yo nigo rakorekane ase county ya Nyamira ase wodi ya Nyamaya wodi ya Nyansiongo ni wodi ya Kerenyo ekero barachigosokera gochora barai babo Gudiboti gitasen yeta television ni Dariane Brighton Makoli
abarai kurwa sensemelio kwa melia serikali gati ya Kalonzo Stephen Musyoka na bego Eugene Wamalwa nigo besokere na komochia bali abaganite koleta oboturubania asobochori bweli tukolia ankyo gokwana nabali kyamangana hani gabara ya bate babuna abana inchi nigo bakorero kunacha nabo yogochora na igemero baliyo yoboturubania obochori obwote ligochia gochincha kende gyonsi nigo baganira abakenya kwanekia bunango tena bale bokonguna begwesokia sobonge wake kura somolembe na balemu.
The heavy and intimidating deployment of police officers, many of them in plain clothes, accompanied by brutal attacks on opposition leaders and supporters. The intention is clear: to scare voters away from coming out in numbers they intend to tomorrow. We have seen this in Narok Town, in Malava, and in Bere North. Unmarked famous Subaru foresters have been roaming Chicago and Malava not to protect citizens, but to intimidate them. This is unacceptable in a democratic nation. Number two, the shameless bribery and manipulation of voters by senior state officers, including MPs, MCAs, chiefs, PSAs, CSAs, speakers of both houses of parliament, as well as county assemblies, the prime cabinet secretary, the deputy president, and the president himself, all misusing state machinery, including government vehicles, relief food, and non-food items like mattresses and blankets meant for disaster victims.
Trust is earned. The confidence in the public is earned. And once you lose it, you can never recover it. This is like virginity, once lost can never be recovered. You have an opportunity. Muna nafasi nzuri kudhibitisha wazi ya kwamba ninyi ni tume huru. But beginning tonight going into tomorrow, mjue ya kwamba kama viongozi wa upinzani twajua zile njama mmepanga na mtahusika.
Mobere wo munyarokani gotindo korwensemo ya gotinyango wodi ichuni kero kanyali bali masabe county ya Kisii kubwatikana na karibu nanigo batindige tomobere omwa emetinye 5 nebere bono ayamaiga yo munyaroko yo kageirwe gukwa na gotinde kwa kororekana kali moyo ikikerete amatei wa Oroboti ngene kubwati wa wikabuno mobere wenyarako bakogotindo korwa
njena bwatu muchandu tsalende asengenje umwana onena naboleta keigo agasirake kelna ngete kumutanga sarene ngabako talende ngatebwa umwana tukara muri kuru mutenyu kumino mugocha gocha tukamuria kare twamuria egache kenga muri mutenyu kumino moyo kumina kabere January tugacha tugatiga bono tugatega kisekire bono ganarigire narosire tukaba tugakirange mitenye bere tugacha tukaibu umwana ngutanga swalo tugatega umwana naro nyoreta extend asa kuru kumutamayo bono umwana uyu natubulite tugateba yo kuri umwana oyo ore nyaruka umwana nari bwage twigari extend mutamayo tukamagotebigwa ya umwana naro bulite asegete igwa umwana uyu nyoreta extend nabo twakorete tukategwa tukama kwenda mo oruchungu ya kutangaza arenga tukaenda nini mpaka keroka kera toikororo nabo twarigererete rende kanyoro kodire mitinyivere pono rende umwana uyirende kera twarigerere kumbe twaretire umwana bande kero ibana bacho wa kwesimi tukabuga nere lakini tukaleta umwana ubande muiseka pono yeke iro umwana uyo beire kera nyorekanite agachaga kesimi wika agakwana rende kera simi ya chitenja nya stwete
abasai nigo basemiwe kwebwata buyana gwetanga kuri wasogotume kwa bobe n'abana siasa anene mono asokoleta kibura buru asemisangerekano okwana asomo gasolero chingaki chigikaro kikiarengete wikirania chingencho chinkoro anene mono asemega nebirero abagaka bagusi Elders Council bakorona James Matundura nigo batebuna chinkwana chege siasa nigo gusechisa gotigwa sebirero ekionge chigo keye gose gokonya gokeya ebikore unebyo byogoturubania emeyega ao
amasikani abolire asori okwete amasikani abolire ase abakwereire amona abamate babo n'abasani babo ekiagera mono abantu bakokora emerobiri yege siasa gabakogenda bareta abantu ase amasisiare nga baje kuogerera abande baje korama abande na gokora ayatagwenereti ase ebirero biria onye kobwate okorengereria okuya nga kiura achaye oliosirete gosenga kikwamorengereti ngambu yasirete egero jo gokorera siasa ya ororo egero jo gokwanera mang'ana ororo na kogo yakwana turiko yakwana ase njira ye engiya ya mochoko gose ya masikani bona echeche yabeire buna bono chinsemo chia marani chinsemo chia machoge ebisa bune bibiarorekanira ororo na nigo bigotogechi sana na ntori gigotimoka otoragendera gokwana na toragendera gotebia baminto ng'a eyeteribia tiga masikani yabe nyore mbarabu bali bagokora eng'encheri mbakwe rituko erimo mbakogani bakorerwe enjereri bakorera abantu bande bagokora esagasaga bakokora ogotuomania abantu na gochaya no korama gwetera ase omonto akure
gochibosia ntobwate siasa ase ense yaito nimaete ng'abona abantu mbarengereti koboria ebirogo ao ebirogo bakoboria ase bagokemba ng'a bagende gokwana amang'ana abo igoro yokoboria chikura na ase amatanga ntotagetibo intwe muna abagaka igo twatebire iga oriosira aigwa masikani naende onye okoenigwa ne kanisa tige kanisa ire ribaga rinene kobwa chinkwana
unenchire moyo gosiro bochero na bigo kwani kia magendro ase county ya Kisii nige committee yenyagitari ya Musora dispensary yotoka se ward ya Masige West yabakirambuye mu gabana we county ya Kisii Paul Simbarati na bigo mu MC we ward Jacob Barango bagaka soko bamentra umunyagitari yo oranyara ko bakakonya soko na nobobwenia oigoni go basaba barai habo bakobarosiri maternity nabo ye lab eliranyara ko bagiko bakonya basubati abo bwatanitie gutagenda as Chinsa Inye koligyo bobweni
committee y'nyagitari ya Musora yigotoke ward ya Masige West mebunga wa county ya Kisii nego tukarero basokera kumakere ko mugabana we county ya Kisii Musika Paul Simbarati mbiamano abeko mwamsi ward ya Sereta Jacob Barango bagaka asomoke bagenda takubeka erekweta maganda semeyo nabega se county ngima ya Kisii kakwana dane nyakundi yoro munyakaro gasinya gitari yo nigo ene kibuno komento kumenya gitari onde nigo kwaretero bakarero bya ase kwenana owene gocha ase amenyabo eye yaretero gotinga bachenu ase keroyomo nabe konyora okonyo kwa bwangu mono
ninjo mo chairman wa facility ya Musora dispensary onare oja kwera ne rinde no mogoko monene sana buno mo chairman na asenyencho yo moshimi wa honorable Simbarati asenyencho promise ya riete ga asegeti na ando bo maeno munyagitari atotebeti otomentire tore no mogoko monene sana no mo MC ito honorable Jacob bagaka buya mona asenyencho yo mukyoge ndeta gotokorera omonene mono
simba netaya iga tokonyiro mugabano ito mbiya mono nande mbiya mono asoigwete riogieri Musora twabwato munyagitari oyomo ekera ariko ende rusa igo tware gotigara iga barwaire omonto aboro yokobarora noene kera chire meeting gabana oito mbuya mono na mapema mbuya simba netaya igo ngotenga bono gaki
oigo nigo bakire ko abarayabo asowekana chira chire babarita magega iyo ekwarakia okubatira no kuyagatia abarai ase akubagasira nyagitari onde ero kwena kya bakorero buya asinyagitari yo nigo wekana nigo ase chinga kichonsi
Gonda irane nambu ya mona saba minto mheshimiwa Jacob Bagaka na gavana Simba Rati. Turate nambu ya mona asinge nchamangana mwakwanete mwikiraniri. Ikero munyagitari no yo motu abwate yagigase myaka emenge. Ne promise imu arwete mbi ya mono na ande mbi ya mono. Asinge ncho mwatairu munyagitari yo bono oyo mona aende rusa na ando yonde na bagotigara asinge ncho yokogendereri asuburweire.
Nje nkoiraneri ng'a mbuya mono nande mbuya mono omugabana itu Simba Rati aso utachata linya kogo onyanki bonya kogororoka eira gwatulierete gwatuikiranire na tinkwe bo mwana one Jacob Bagaka mapema mbuya egento nkeringa eira mwatulierete gaki mwanyikiranire
nigo bamusubira umugabana Simba Rati akubatarana hamana mumsi Jacob Barongo ko bekire maternity na bage laba asinyagitari ryo ero kana na watara ucha sinsa machintambe ero kwanya raho bwene na boigo ko bakonya abasubati au babatrante ase ubwango kigima
motokonye maternity ward ekigerekere musubati ari murito na bekonyarekana nonya ne clinic uchicha gosekera guchikonyora omwana yaba raisi
muna bana ntwebire manturi konyara bare ibire mabara abasubati abake bakonyora abana muno yo butogeto kogoro agochikogenda osinyukogenda igo gakitokonye maternity rio nduno tole maega yaino Simba netaya ayeye mapema mbia
ko reporter TV Ninche Franklin Mayunga.
Wanchomo linara itwanyara kwa batogo kwariganiria Oroboti Rwa Jumatano Chinsa Inye hanene mono karotagandira tukoyorobeli boyo kane kibunango koletara turalira nyara kwa bakao kolekana kurwase obocholi bw'ekibunge nabo yochi ward nabo igo chi county ekogera ntubwata barwaniria sekero kyobo senator asensi ya Kenya uchakira ankyo kulinda sebono nganchere nkolera abo nigo tobwatana ne timu engima kiri onkoro kwa Bosire.